thinking about this? Well, despite people's best efforts, our next guest says as many as 70% of retiree plans end up failing.
That's sad. That is sad because retirement planner Rajiv Nagaich is the author of the book, Your Retirement, Dream or Disaster. He's here to turn things around.
All right, joining us right now. All right, let's get right to it. You know, we talk about retirement planning. At what age should we start thinking about that?
Well, we should start thinking about it as soon as we start working, realistically. But most people start thinking about this in their 50s.
Okay,
you know, that's when it
so we're
becomes real.
talking about it. I'm reading your book, Your Retirement, Dream or Disaster, which is already an international bestseller. Congratulations.
Thank you.
In the book, you talk about very famous people who really, they had a lot of money, like Casey Kasem, big DJ, right?
Yes.
$80 million in the bank.
Yes.
Glenn Campbell, multi-million-dollar entertainer. These people had problems when they got to retirement age, right?
Yes, they did.
Why?
Because they never planned for something they should have been able to plan for ahead of time. We confuse, Rosanna, retirement planning with financial planning. I mean, the goal, if you think about it, if you Google the word retirement planning, everything that comes up is going to be about how much money do you have, do you need a long-term care insurance policy, etc. And then you ask people, what do you really want to accomplish in life? And it's almost never that I want the biggest bank account the day I die. For some, that may be the measure, but for most of us it is, give me a life that I can live independent, happy, but if I fall ill, do not put me in a nursing home. Make sure that I don't end up becoming a burden to other people, and make sure that I don't end up dying broke.
Hold on, but you need real cold hard cash to accomplish all the things you just said, on top of people saying, all right, you got to make sure you have a savings as well, a rainy day fund, a college fund. Where do we get the money to set aside for all these things?
And so for sure you need some money, but how much money? I mean, that's the issue, right? So the point that I make in the book is that when you take a look at people like Glenn Campbell, $15 million, Tim Conway, $50 million, Casey Kasem, $80 million. What's common in all these people? They all have dementia, and none of them are able to live out their lives in their own home. Tell me that $80 million is not enough.
Yeah.
So there's something missing, and so what's that missing piece? Is this false reliance that if I just have money, money will take care of everything. The good news in all of this is you don't need a lot of money, but you need a definite plan.
Is there a figure, a number figure that you kind of seen throughout the people you've kind of helped that has allowed them to live comfortably in retirement? Like, what would that figure be?
Somewhere between $250,000 to $2 million net worth. And you can have a fabulous life if you have the right plan.
How do I get there?
Yeah.
You got to really think about putting money away. What is it, every week? I mean, how do we do something? Even if it's just a few dollars, I mean, how do we do this?
And so, Rosanna, it is the first thing we have to do is to put money away and create some sort of a nest egg, right? I mean, if you don't have a nest egg, you're right. Nothing good is going to come out of that one, and you'll be dealing with some difficult issues. But how much money do you need is the wrong question to be asking. The question to be asking is, if I have a nest egg of $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, the real asset that I have is not only that, but my health, is a family that I will be able to get support from, is an understanding about how the public benefits work in America, which almost nobody does. We know what Medicare is. We know there's something called Medicaid. What the heck is that? And I have to blow all my money to get to Medicaid, and that's never true.
So, Rajiv, a lot of us are taking care of elder family members. And it's kind of been a discussion in the newsroom. Elder care insurance.
Yes.
It's very expensive.
Yes, it is.
Is it something that we should be looking at investing in at an early age so it's not quite as expensive later on?
So elder care insurance, long-term care insurance, is another aspect that I say people misunderstand. Is that a good product to buy? Absolutely it is. Is it for everyone? Heck no, it is not. There's a reason why only 10 or 11% of Americans have that product. Why? The question to ask with long-term care insurance is not, can you afford it today? The question is 15, 20 years from today, when I'm retired and the premiums have doubled or tripled, will I be able to afford it then?
Okay, hold on. So I got to ask you. You're throwing all these costs at me, and I'm like, I'm just trying to save up to buy a home. I mean, if you had to pick between saving up to buy a home or putting money away for retirement planning, which one would you choose?
I think you have to do both at the same time, but you have to do it in context. One of the problems, one of the things that I point out in the book is that we are always working on 3 to 5 years at a time. Most of the world works on the rest of their life. When you look at Casey Kasem, Tim Conway, why did this happen? Never looked at the rest of their life. They kept looking at the 3 years and the 5-year intervals, made all sorts of money, had all sorts of accolades and fame. But in the end, that's the only time that you'll be able to look back and say, was I successful in life? Everything fell apart.
Do you have any side hustles that you might want to tell us about? Because I'm going to need to get like 4.
You need the book. Okay, the book is an international bestseller right now. It's called Your Retirement, Dream or Disaster. Rajiv Nagaich. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Rosanna.
Appreciate
Thanks so
it.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks
being
for
here.
being
All right.
here.